Hello there and welcome to a very late discussion video about the Nintendo Direct because life gets in your way and sleep and food. The best is saved for last, am I right? So I would like to go through some of the announcements and talk a little about them in a more relaxing, unedited video where poor Kirby has to stare at the camera for several minutes without blinking. No one said this job would be easy. I'm sure there is at least one specific game you want to hear my opinion about, so let's get started. I think this was the first Direct where I actually had zero expectations. You often hear people say that while hoping for Breath of the Wild 2 or Metroid Prime 4, but this was the very first time I did not expect anything. The year is already jam-packed with all sorts of games, so it was hard to believe there would be even more big hitters in the pipeline, but I was pleasantly surprised. If I would have to describe this whole presentation with one word, it would probably be cute. I think this was the most cute Direct I ever saw, not only because of the announcements, but some charming segments as well. I think you're all aware of the epic Koizumi and Takahashi tag team, which we unfortunately could not witness to the end. It was kinda reminiscent of Reggie vs Iwata or just their goofy acts from the past in general. It feels much more human and makes the atmosphere a lot more comfy. I don't know, maybe some people think that's silly, but I enjoy seeing grown men play virtual sports games while offering people a meme template with incredible potential. They started with another Fire Emblem Warriors game, and by that point I have to ask how they are able to pump out so many Warrior titles in so short intervals. I mean, it's really amazing from their side and quite interesting for Fire Emblem because this was not the game I think many people have anticipated. There were rumors about a completely new title or a remake, and I still think they will happen since this is not developed by the Fire Emblem team. I only played the Red One's path, but I'm curious to see what kind of story will be told. I suppose it's going to be some kind of alternative narrative like in Age of Calamity, where everyone gets a happy ending and becomes friends, which I really didn't like. But otherwise a nice surprise. By this point I really have to ask, where is the Kirby Warriors game? Seriously, despite sounding weird, it's such a great fit with all the different weird characters and unique mechanics. I have to make a video about it, not enough people are aware of this fact. After that we finally got to see new information on Advance Wars, and I have to say the game looks way prettier. All the animations are smooth and the newly added voice acting is just a cherry on top. The online mode and map editor in particular looks super interesting. I hope it will be not overshadowed by Kirby when it comes out in early April. Then there was it. Probably my highlight of the Direct. After 15 years we finally get another Mario Strikers, which I never thought would happen. I don't know, it always seemed like it would happen someday, but not now, yet they actually did it. The best surprises are the ones you truly do not anticipate, but as it's frequently the case with Nintendo, I love it to be wrong. I was always worried they would ditch the edgy style of the series, and although it is lowered at least a tiny bit, the whole atmosphere has still this violence to it. I'm one of the few people that did like the Wii game more than the GameCube one, so it's a little disappointing that there are some elements missing I love, like all the playable characters or blocking super shots with Critter, but this is just a minor nitpick of mine. It's clearly orientated more towards the first game, which people seem to like much more, so it only makes sense they want to appeal to that audience. The only thing left I really hope will be as great is an intense soundtrack and an amazing opening. Best of all, just imagine if these robots return as playable characters from the first one. Splatoon surprisingly was way less present in the Direct than I thought. I expected an extended gameplay section with all sorts of new things, but no, just an expanded version of the zombie mode from Splatoon 2. I really hope this game will be more than Splatoon 2, but bigger, and they still have the option to host a specific Splatoon Direct, which I think they will do in the future. And then it was finally time. A new big Kirby and the Forgotten Land trailer dropped, and so yeah, this is what I think of it. Much to my surprise, no additional Kirby stuff beyond the Forgotten Land. A little strange, there isn't much time left for the anniversary since E3 is not going to be the right place for it, and they will have something planned. But again, they can either do a Direct for Kirby or just announce stuff on Twitter, especially if it's going to be a minor spin-off or something like that. Switch Sports. Understandable, have a nice day. Earthbound wasn't as much of a shock because these games were already released on Wii U, so it was just a matter of time until it should happen for the Switch. At first I thought it was going to be Mother 3, but then I remembered that there are still no Game Boy Advance games, let alone Game Boy ones, so yeah, the meme lives on. No info on N64 games though. I thought Majora's Mask would happen as a means to compensate for the lack of Breath of the Wild 2, but no further information on that. What we got instead, and this was the biggest astonishment from my side, more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC packs. I feel so stupid because I just recently put out a video regarding how Nintendo is very likely not going to support 8 anymore, yet here they are doing it. This confirms that we will not get Mario Kart 9 on the Switch anymore, since this whole thing will run until the end of 2023. One oddity I have noticed is how all the tracks look kinda cheap in comparison to the regular courses in the base game. It seems like they are copy and pasting these new tracks from the mobile game, which is actually fine by me in consideration of 48 additional tracks. There will be nearly 100 different courses by the end of 2023, which makes this Mario Kart by far the hugest one in the series. I do think they actually work on the next title meanwhile, but all of this just confirms that Mario Kart 9 will probably shake things up, because how on earth can you top this enormous game anymore? As the last announcement, we finally got the long rumored Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and I have to say I'm a little skeptical of this game. It seems like it will tie in the Xeno 1 and 2, and I think I saw some Hisuian, Shulk and Nia forms, at least they had the same voice actor, but I'm just not a huge fan of stories that are explained with parallel universes and gods and all that stuff. It seems so epic and grandiose but makes things more complicated, and I don't really like the character design so far, but we have to wait. Maybe they will find logical explanations how all these games are logically connected. I just need to be patient. Still no Xenoblade X2 though. I want to know what's going on that damn planet.